My name is Maddie Seitz, and I'm a senior on the IU softball team.
Outfielder.
I almost had it. Okay, third time's a charm. My name is Maddie Seitz.
My name is Courtney Thomas.
My name is Morgan Yater.
My name is Ellie Gurr.
My name is Briley Bilger.
My name is Carly Merritt.
And I am a senior outfielder.
Senior outfielder.
Senior outfielder.
Senior catcher.
Senior catcher.
Senior first baseman on the
IU
IU
softball
softball team.
team.
So I'm the youngest of 3 girls in my family. So my softball career kind of began when I was just dragged to my sister's softball practices. A lot of it was just my sister, specifically my oldest sister, played second base. So I would just go to her practices with her and take ground balls, and I was just always around the sport, loved athletics in general. That's where it kind of began.
I started playing when I think it was 4 or 5 years old. My mom put me in softball. She played when she was younger and a little bit in college, and just loved that dream that she had, and she shared that dream with me, put me in softball. So I've been playing for about 16 years now.
I have an older sister, so we always played sports together. She played, so I wanted to play, so we would just play in our backyard and stuff. And then when I was old enough to join rec league, I did. My dad also coached me when I was young, which was super fun to have my sister and my dad there, but then I just kind of played from there.
My parents really played softball throughout their whole lives. My mother was a pitcher catcher, and my dad played baseball a little bit, mostly football, but really played into the slow pitch softball and has loved it ever since. Grandpa was a coach, so it's really kind of in the bloodline of just what I've been doing. They kind of passed it down. I've been playing since I was 7. Actually, my first game, we started off with machine pitch, and I got hit with the ball, hit my hand, and I almost never played the game again.
My parents signed me up for t-ball when I was 4 or 5, so super young, and I remember just playing on the field, picking dandelions, like not really even knowing what's going on, but I just had so much fun. And I just kept doing it. I just enjoyed the people I was playing with. I enjoyed the sport. It just brought me a lot of joy. And I was super grateful that my parents even just signed me up for it, because I don't know what would have happened if they hadn't.
My mom was pretty much my big advocate for sports. I pretty much played anything that was offered to me. I started out with t-ball, and then I joined my first travel team when I was 7. And that was pretty much the jump start from there, and I loved it.
I just was always the kid that was like outside doing flips in the backyard. I just loved being active, and my parents knew they needed to get me into something. So they put me in pretty much everything, and it happened to be that softball was what I fell in love with. I played travel softball with one program for a year, and then decided to switch to a program called True Impact, because I just realized that softball was consuming a lot of my life, and I wasn't at church on Sundays, and I just knew there should be this balance between my faith and softball. The guy who runs that program, his name's Chris Mosley, he has been like super influential in my softball journey. I genuinely wouldn't be the person or the softball player I am today if it wasn't for True Impact and Chris pouring into me.
My mom's been my biggest cheerleader my entire softball journey. She has really just instilled the love for softball with me, and we've been able to share that love and joy together. She's been my rock through it all. She always drove me to tournaments, practice, lessons, the field when we needed to go work on drills and just get better. In the batting cages, she was my number one person. She was always there for me no matter what, in the good days, and was my biggest cheerleader, and we would have the hard conversations on the days where I maybe didn't perform as well as I should have, and it was always just, she knew me better than I knew myself with softball, and was able to speak truth into me in times I needed it, and it's just been so grateful and wonderful to have her.
Me and my sister are close in age, so we've always been close. But I feel like there's lows and there's highs in sports. There's winning and losing and challenges, but also challenges you win together. So I think that ultimately we became closer through softball. We just did everything together, went to practice together, left practice together, played all three sports in high school we played together, basketball, volleyball, and softball. And then ultimately we came to the same college, which again, we were roommates. It made us closer in the long run. And then eventually she transferred out. We only played 1 year together, but it was a great year to have in college, like playing on the same team, being independent together. It brought me and my sister really close together. Sports just have that way of like making you bond with people, and so me and my sister got really close through sports. She was a pitcher and I was her catcher, so it was really fun to be out on the field together for all of our younger years, middle, high school, all of that. So, and also just learned lots of lessons along the way.
My coaches were Dave Canoin and Patrick Francia, and so they really took after the love of the sport and showed me how to do well. They were really big into the faith aspect of bringing it into the sport. My faith in sport definitely looks a lot different now than it did then, but even just getting into that practice of praying if we win, praying if we lose, and really giving it all to God was a good foundation for that.
My dad coached me from almost as long as I could remember, from when I was like 5 or 6 all the way till my last year as a club player. That's just how we bonded, how our relationship really took root. It's what we talk about 90% of the time. He wasn't gonna give anything to me easy. I had to earn it just as much as the other girls, and if anything, work harder to prove myself. And I just owe so much of our great relationship to the game of softball.
So Todd Gill, my coach from Wabash Mission, he pretty much taught me everything I know and just kind of developed me as a player. And he was my coach for 7 years, so it was a really long time getting to be with him and play for him, and his 2 younger daughters also were on my team growing up. So him and Steve Patberg, he was a big influence whenever I was in 14U playing softball.
I went to Carroll High School in Fort Wayne, and honestly, ever since I was in middle school, it was I want to be a freshman on varsity, and that was just kind of like what my goal was. I think partially because my older sister was on varsity, so I was always going to her games and whatnot. So I just knew that I wanted to contribute to a high school program and wear my high school school on my chest and wear the number on my back and be just represent my school and my city well.
I played at Covenant Christian High School. It's a small Christian high school in central Indianapolis on the west side. My freshman year was our best team that we've ever had. We went to semi-state. We had a very talented group of girls, and after that year, when we went to semi-state, I kind of had the realization of I want to play college softball. By that time, COVID hit and everything was shut down. So at that point, I didn't really know what to do next. I didn't really know anymore. I was I thought I wanted to go play softball in college, but then I hit COVID and didn't feel like I was good enough anymore. And so I had this back and forth between whether or not I wanted to go play.
I played at Winnemac High School, which is where I grew up. I hit really well my freshman year, so and then thereafter, after COVID sophomore year, junior year was honestly probably my peak time in high school, where me and my sister were just catching and pitching. We were doing really well. I think I broke the school record in home runs and doubles, which was super exciting. Yeah, we played a lot of really good teams. We never ended up winning in tournament time because there was a team that was always better than us, but we played really well and we were a great team. It was a great dynamic all 4 of my years.
I played for Paradise Honors High School. I loved it. It was great. A good time to spend time with your high school friends and just find that fun, well, you're competing, but you're not competing to, get recruited there. So it's just learning how to have fun and enjoy the sport for what it is.
I'm from St. Louis. I live in the suburbs, so I go to bigger high schools. We have big districts. So I went to Eureka High School, played there all 4 years of softball, and honestly, I did not care for high school softball, really. I enjoyed the girls. I enjoyed playing with my friends who we were on different club teams, so it was our chance to play together. I enjoyed that. The relationships really pulled me through. That's what I was focused on, enjoying playing with the other girls surrounding me.
I went to Mount Carmel High School in Southern Illinois. I played varsity from freshman year to senior year on my high school team. I was our designated hitter sophomore year because we had a first baseman, but they wanted my bat. And I think that was probably the best batting average I had for like a long time. Like that was the best I'd played in high school.
My junior fall, my mom reached out to me and was like, hey, let's go to an IWU softball camp. And at this point, most of my teammates were committed. Most of them were going D1. I was like, no, if I'm going to go play softball, it's going to be D1 with my teammates because I can play at that level and I want to play at that level and I want to be on that stage. But she was like, let's just go see an IWU camp and see how that goes. And so I went, and the moment I stepped on campus and I stepped into Troyer, I knew this was where I was going. I met Babs, I met the girls, and I was like, I don't need to go D1 because this is what I want. And so since then, making that decision, I knew that the rest of my high school career and my travel softball career was going to be geared towards getting better for IWU softball and just kind of finding that joy again.
When it came to deciding that I wanted to play college softball, I think honestly there was never a part of me that like didn't. I always just, from a young age, like I started going to camps when I was in like 7th grade. So like all I knew was college softball. Like that was the end goal. And there were obviously times where like the grind was really difficult and I was like, I mean, do I just want to like have a break from all of this? Potentially, but I just knew like that was always something I set my heart on, and I wasn't gonna let like these few hard moments keep me from achieving those goals. My first camp I actually ever went to was an IWU camp, and it was when we had overnight camps. So I came on, I think like a Friday, and we did some team bonding type stuff and then spent the night and then scrimmaged all day on Saturday. I just fell in love with this place, and specifically at IWU, you're seen as a daughter of Christ before anything else. So that's really what drew me to IWU.
I used one of those recruiting like programs, and there's basically this huge like database where you could put in your preferences, and it gave you like match percentages for like what schools they think would be a good match for you. So I discovered IWU through that. I came to a visit and I honestly wasn't that excited about it, but as soon as I stepped on campus, I just fell in love. It was my first college visit, so my mom was like, I am so glad you love it, but let's check out other places. But everywhere else I went, I just kept saying like, it's not IWU, it's not IWU, it's not IWU. Not long after I came to a camp, I came up for camps like consistently, and I just also fell in love with the girls and the coaching staff. I could tell that they cared for me more than just softball. Obviously they were competitive and wanted to win and were highly talented, but they also cared about who I was as a person and how I was doing outside of the sport. And that was something I promised myself, that if I was going to play in college, that was the team I was going to play for, that understood that, yes, I love softball and I'm good at it, but I'm here to get my degree and I'm here to grow as a person. And I just found that here and I wanted it so desperately. So by the end of my junior year, I really decided that I was coming to IWU whether I was playing softball or not.
I think it was just something I wasn't ready to let go, and I realized like, okay, can I play collegiately? Like it was honestly just like, first of all, is this even possible? Second of all, like, what do I want in a school? Like, am I gonna be able to play at a huge school? Probably not, but ideally, Indiana Wesleyan was a school that I was like, this is perfect for what I want for my college years. My sister came to IWU her freshman year, so we kind of got recruited together in a sense. She committed before me because I still wanted to explore options, but after she committed here, I attended, I think it was literally just one camp, and I talked to Babs and I signed here. So it wasn't a crazy recruiting process.
I ended up committing to Grand Canyon University. It was a great decision. I loved it. I tore my meniscus in between my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college. After I got injured, I found out that my coach at Grand Canyon University and Pearson had to resign. And so a new coach was coming in. His name is Shannon Hayes. This was a month before school started. I ended up kind of re-injuring it that freshman year, had a redshirt freshman year. I just really couldn't handle the physical load of what it was to be a Division I athlete. So I transferred to Texas A&M Kingsville. I wasn't seeing that this was a place that I was gonna live out the rest of my career, so I decided to go in the transfer portal again. I wasn't able to transfer to NCAA because of the transfer rules and things like that. I would have had to sit out a year, and that's something I just didn't want to do. So I was looking more NAIA route, and Coach Babs DM'd me. He asked me about the baptism, my baptism that I had posted. And he said, I would love to hear about your story. Also, we do have a spot open on the team if you would like to join. He flew me in, we went through the visits, and I learned that I absolutely loved it here.
It was actually Zoe Fountain who kind of talked a little bit more about the school and how she was able to give her life to Christ coming here, and I think that just really solidified the deal, and like every single school was out the window from there on out, and I didn't really care to go Division I. It was on my mind before then, but as soon as I came here, like I knew this is where God wanted me to be.
My roommate, her name's Megan Knox. We played travel softball together from 6th grade, that's a lie, from 8th grade to senior year. And at first we honestly did not like each other because her dad was the coach and we played the same position, and all of a sudden I wasn't getting as much playing time. And there's a story apparently about me being a little bit of a brat when we played each other, because she was on a 14U team and I was on a different one. We were playing each other. I made a comment about us being the better team. Of course she remembered it for like years and didn't like me very much. So once we got past that, we were genuinely inseparable. We were every single travel tournament together. Like if there was a break, like our parents were going and getting food together so we could see one another. And high school season was the worst part of softball because like I knew I wasn't going to see Megan for like weeks. So we would stay in contact through like sending Snapchat videos to each other, updating one another on how season's going. When her season was really hard, like I was there to pray for her. And then we came to college and she was between Purdue and Indiana Wesleyan, and she decided to go to Indiana Wesleyan, and we were emailing housing like, hey, like there's this girl I really want to be my suite mate. Managed to make it work. So freshman year we were suite mates, and she just clicked super well with our other roommate Morgan on the team. And from then it was like the three of us have just been doing life together for 4 years. And it's so nice to have someone who knows my life from when I was literally 14 years old until now when I'm 22. Like she has seen my life for 8 years. And one of the hardest parts about coming to college was no one knew my backstory. It's a really good feeling, but also it's like sometimes really discouraging, because when I was going through family struggles or struggling with something that I had struggled with in the past, I felt like I had to explain why I was feeling that way to a lot of people, where Megan just knew. Like she knew the backstory of arguments my family had had or struggles I had felt with softball and like identity things. Like she just knew who I was as a person. So coming into college and having that person was so refreshing, because it was just like a person that felt like home away from actual home.